ओम नित्यानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रीनिटिलकृतकस्तूरीतिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिकौपीनवसनः दधानो दुस्तारं शिरसि फणिराजं शशिकलां प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन् पूतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनाम् अवित्र्यवतु सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। श्रीकान्तो मातुलो यस्य जननी सर्वमङ्गला जनकः शङ्करो देवस्तं वन्दे कुञ्जराननम्। यः शिवो नाम रूपाभ्यां या देवी सर्वमङ्गला तयोस्तुं स्मरणात् पुंसां सर्वतो जयमङ्गलं सर्वतो जयमङ्गलं सर्वतो जयमङ्गलं। या देवी स्तूयते नित्यं विबुधैर्वेदपारगैः सा मे वसतु जिह्वाग्रे ब्रह्मरूपा सरस्वती। दोर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भिः स्फटिकमणिमयीम् अक्षमालां दधाना हस्तेनैकेन पद्मं सितमपि च शुकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना। चतुर्मुखमुखां भोजवनहंसवधू मम मानसे रमतां नित्यं सर्वशुक्ला सरस्वती शारदा शारदां भोजवदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदा अस्माकं सन्निधिं क्रियात्। ॐ मूर्तित्वे परिकल्पितस्य शभृतो वर्त्मा पुनर्जन्मनाम् आत्मेत्यात्मविदां क्रतुश्चैजतां भर्तामरज्योतिषां लोकानां प्रलयोद्भवस्थितिविभुश्चानेकधाय श्रुतौ वाचं नः सददात्वनेककिरणस्त्रैलोक्यदीपो रविः। ॐ आदित्याय च सोमाय मङ्गलाय बुधाय च गुरुशुक्रशनिभ्यश्च राहवे केतवे नमः। Nityanandam. So, as we were seeing, only one thing I will complete today, which I did not complete yesterday, about Karana, the Pancha Angas, Ithivara Nakshatra Yoga Karana. In the Karana, we stopped, we did not explain about what Karana is. Karana is the time period during which the moon travels 6 degrees in the longitude on the sun, and thus there are two Karanas. We saw yoga is one yoga is 13.33 degrees. One Karana is approximately 6 degrees, little more than 6. So this way, within one yoga, we will have two Karanas. That is why if you see the Panchanga, there will be only one yoga. Within the one yoga is getting completed, there will be two Karanas mentioned. So there are totally 7 Karanas that repeat themselves in a cyclic order. For all the yogas will repeat themselves in a cyclic order, as we saw yesterday. Like how from Ashwini till Revati, all the nakshatras will happen in a sequential order. Same way, all the yogas also will happen in the sequential order. However, with respect to the yoga, with respect to the Karana, we have 2 Karanas. One is Ithivara Nakshatra Yoga Karana, and the second is Pancha Anga Yoga Karana. With respect to the yoga, with respect to the Karana, with respect to the Yoga, with respect to the Karana, we have 2 Karanas. One is Ithivara Nakshatra Yoga Karana, and the second is Pancha Anga Yoga Karana. We have there are 7 karanas that repeat in a cyclic order, starting from the second half of the Shukla Paksha and ending in the first half of the Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi. So 7 days. The 14th lunar day, that is the 14th Chaturdashi, the 14th lunar day. There are 4 sthira or non-recurring karanas. Sthira means that which does not change. It is stationary. There are 4 non-recurring karanas that cover the period from the second half of the Chaturdashi, second half of Krishna Chaturdashi to the first half of the Shukla. So it is this way, same way for the Tithi. The name of the Karana will be, you can see in the Panchanga. The Karanas, the 11 Karanas we already saw yesterday. We wrote down Bhava, Bhavakarana, Balava, Kaulava, Taitila, Garaja, Vanija, Bhadra, Vishti, Shakuni, Chatushpada, Nagava, and Kimstugna Karana. So these are the, you need not understand too much of about the degree, how much it changes and all. I'm just giving you, there is something there about this, a science behind the derivation of this as well. That is why I told this. So in a Panchanga, you will, if you know this much, in a Panchanga, you will have Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karana. These are the 5 angas of Jyotishastra that you will be seeing in the Panchanga. This much, if you understand, that is enough. So now, till to, yesterday or till now, whatever we have learned, please ask what if you have not understood anything. This class going for the rest of this today's class, I am not going to teach anything newly, or I am not going to share anything newly. So if you do not understand any, if you understand nothing, zero, right from the day one till now, please do tell. If you did not understand at least only one thing, one doubt, please ask. Please open yourselves to ask this question. This is a questioning session for all of you. Means I am not going to question you, you are going to question me, I am going to answer. The reason is, see, by the grace and the initiation, by the Diksha of Swamiji, all will be able to see, manifest the power of seeing, downloading the Jyotish Shastra, the astrology in the Krishna Shila. That is going to happen. There is no doubt. But when you want to tell it to others, somebody, if they ask, you need to understand the basic of it. So the basic words you need to understand. If somebody, for example, when you manifest the power of length, somebody writes a question 2 into 10. I'm just you see through the Krishna Shila and say 20 is the answer. Answer will appear in the Krishna Shila, no doubt. But how will you verify whether the answer that you have seen in the Krishna Shila is exactly right? Means whether you are manifesting the power or you are just imagining, or whatever, how it is happening. How do we know? So this needs to, for everything that we said, we need a ratification. That is a cross verification with the Shastra or the Apta Pramana. So for that, 2 into 10, you should be knowing how to multiply separately. And you need to know multiplication symbol means, into mark means multiplication. And how to do multiplication means 2 into 10 is equal to 10 plus 10. If it is 3 into 10, then you need to understand 10 plus 10 plus 10. So these basic things you need to understand. Only then you will be able to decode whatever you are telling, you are seeing in the Krishna Shila. That is why I am emphasizing on everyone to have understood the basics of things, basic of whatever we have learned. You ask questions. If you're there are many things which technique, so much technicality I have spoken about. If you did not, if your question is relating only to the technicality, if you do not understand, then I will directly say, if you don't understand about that, that is fine. But if you have not even understood basic small things, basic things like nakshatra, how many nakshatra, like that, I will answer your questions. What are all the compulsory mandatory things that you should be knowing, I'll be answering you in this session. I'm keeping the whole class open for everyone to ask questions. You can unmute yourself and ask. I'm waiting for questions. Thank you.
Amba Swami, What are those four karanas? Those separate four karanas.
I have not thought about that as of now. If you know the 11 karanas, that much is enough as of now.
Can you tell them?
I already told, set the context of this class, Maharaj. If it is something, this class is not about much anything more that I will be teaching. If whatever has been taught, if I have told and if not understood, and if that understanding, if it has not gone into you, if it is a technical understanding that is not gone into you, then I may not repeat, because I'm going to switch to the mode of basic understanding. I got feedback that many people are, for many people it is going above the head, so that is why. Next, any other question on this Ichapuram and Anand Sabha?
Sami,
Yes, Maharaj.
the yoga, the amount of time the yoga rules the day and the nakshatra rules the day comes equal to almost same, right?
திருப்பி சொல்லு. Sorry, can you ask in Tamil once again? Sorry, please.
எவ்வளோ நேரம் நட்சத்திரம் தெரியுது, நட்சத்திரம் லைக் இப்போ வந்து பரணி நட்சத்திரம் இந்த டைம்ல இந்த டைம் இருக்குன்னா அதே அளவு டைம்ல தானே இந்த யோகமும் இருக்கும்.
ஆமா, ஏன்னா the reason is nakshatra is also 360 yoga is also 360 degree divided by 27. Both have 13 point, both are 13.33 degrees.
Okay, thank you, Swami.
Or in other words, if to easily understand, the 27 nakshatras and hence 27 yogas அப்படின்னு புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். They need not be coinciding. Please understand, one at the end of one nakshatra alone you will have the same yoga அப்படின்னு not necessarily. For example, 7 o'clock in the morning a nakshatra, Ashwini nakshatra ends, it need not be that Vishkambha yoga ends at 7 o'clock itself. However, it is the amount of time, the degree is same for both. That's all.
Ambasami?
Yes, Maharaj.
So you said no that when the based on the the lagna, the 2 hours, now example if this is Mesha Masa means that for when the sun rises it will be that Mesha lagna, right?
Ama.
So now when I asked one kid like when he was born, what timing and what is Rashi. He said he was born in the afternoon time, but he is Mesha Rashi. So I want to understand exactly how that thing works.
Okay. He told Mesha Rashi. Did he tell Mesha Lagna?
He doesn't know that.
So what Lagna, what time he was born?
Around afternoon time.
I'm not
Swami, your voice is breaking.
Rough example with the hello. Are you able to hear now? Hello, Maharaj. Are you able to hear now? Maharaj?
Ambasami?
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah. Something happened to the mic. You are saying something, that time your voice was breaking.
Yeah. See, what I said was, if that let us supposing a situation like how in maths by all your questions are suppositions only. It is not not necessarily a realistic situation. We suppose many situations and we find solutions to learn how to find solutions. So same way, let us suppose 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m. to 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, on the first day, Mesha Masa, Mesha Lagna. So 8 to 10 will be Rishabha Lagna. 10 to 12 will be Mithuna Lagna. 12 to 2 will be Kataka Lagna. 2 to 4 will be Simha Lagna. 4 to 6 will be Kanya Lagna. 6 to 8 in the night, it will be Tula Lagna. Then 8 to 10 in the night, it will be Vrishchika Lagna. Then 10 to 12 in the night, it will be Dhanur Lagna. Then 12 to 2, it will be 12 to 2, it will be Makara Lagna. 2 to 4, it will be Kumbha Lagna. And 4 to 6 will be Meena Lagna. Now, if a child is born between 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., so what will it be? Kataka Lagna? Mesha, Rishabha, Mithuna. Yeah, Kataka. 6 to 8, 8 to, Mithuna Lagna. 6 to 8, 8 to 10, and 10 to 12. So he will be born in Mithuna Lagna. What Rashi he belongs to will be dependent on what nakshatra that was prevalent at that time and what is the duration of the nakshatra.
Swami,
If a nakshatra,
but you said that based on which Lagna they're born in, that Rasi will be that Rasi's this thing will be on you, right?
yeah,
That,
see, you.
but that
I'll answer that question. I'll answer the question. I understand your doubt now. So, if suppose that boy is born on that Mithuna Lagna, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock on that specific day when it is Mithuna Lagna is prevalent, he will have Lagna as Mithuna. Okay. Now, all his calculations will be based, starting from all his horoscope readings, will be based on keeping that Mithuna Lagna, Mithuna Rashi as a base. His Rashi will be maybe something else, but he may be belonging to, for example, Shatabhisha Nakshatra, Kumbha Rashi. So he may be in Kumbha Rashi, his Rashi may be Kumbha, but however, his the Lagna, the counting, starting from where you start counting, from where you, the stationary point from which you start counting will be the Mithuna Rashi, because Lagna is there, and hence you call, when you say when the Lagna is in Mithuna Rashi, you call it Mithuna Lagna, and hence that the counting will start from Mithuna Rashi. That is what I meant. I did not say that he will belong to Mithuna Rashi. His
also,
it is a calculation that Palapalan means benefit. You will understand that when you either learn about the benefits, or when you see through the Krishna Shila, you will find the answer. Any other question?
Swami. So based on which nakshatra your Rasi is calculated.
Yes, based on nakshatra only your Rashi is calculated. We already saw within the Rashi, Mahesha Rashi will be having Ashwini Nakshatra 4 pada, Bharani Nakshatra 4 pada, and Kritika Nakshatra first pada. So, if somebody is born in Kritika Nakshatra first pada, he will be his Rashi will be Mahesha Rashi. If somebody is born in Kritika Nakshatra second pada, his Rashi will be Rishabha Rashi. Rashi is determined based on the nakshatra and its pada.
So based on that pada only, we are classified into different nakshatras. But how do we know which pada or Swami like that?
Okay, let us take the if I'm taking a supposition thing. I'm not taking a realistic example. If suppose the one nakshatra is prevalent for 4 hours, the first 1 hour it will be first pada, the second 1 hour it will be the second pada, third 1 hour it will be third pada, and the fourth 1 hour it will be fourth pada. Hope you understand with this small example.
Oh, Okay, Swami. So within that example, now within that Mesha Lagna, all the 9 padas for like how much
Not
our
Mesh
time?
Lagna. Forget about Lagna. Now you are talking about Rashi. So forget about Lagna.
Sorry,
See, when you talk about till now whatever we have learned. So when you talk about Graha, separate Graha. When you talk about Rashi, separate Rashi, but only include maximum at the max Nakshatra. So when you talk about Nakshatra, talk about Nakshatra and at the max Rashi. The next thing we talk about Lagna, talk about Lagna and maximum you pick up one Rashi. But don't bring Nakshatra as of now for our understanding and discussion into the topic of Lagna.
இப்போ now I am எனக்கு வந்து சிம்ம ராசி மகா நட்சத்திரம். So how do I know which pada of Maga I am?
Whatever time you were born, how much ever time has lapsed from the starting of the Simha Rashi, from that you have to calculate. Now, since now we are not now getting into calculation of one Panchangam or calculation of astronomical details, for your question I will answer. If you see your horoscope, you see either the horoscope that was made at home, your family astrologist would have done. In that it would have been mentioned the Magha Nakshatra second pada, Magha Nakshatra fourth pada, it would have been mentioned. Or else if you find online also, it will be when you try to make a chart online, you will get the detail what pada of nakshatra during what pada of nakshatra you were born. This much is enough as of now.
Okay, Swami. Thanks.
Any other question? Gangadhara Maharaj is not logged in. Okay. Yeah, I saw. I heard Jnana Prakash Maharaj. Okay, good. Any question? There are especially the new boys, little bigger balasans, but who are all new. I'm asking them specifically. If you do not understand, because I saw so many people's, so many balasans' face being in oblivion when I was talking, even when I was in Anand Sabha class day before yesterday. So that is why I'm asking. If you do not understand what is anything, please do ask now. Only because I am not. This class is only for you getting clarified.
Mami. Chandra stays in Rasi for 2.5 days or 2.5 months.
Chandra days pa. Chandra is the fastest moving graha. Shani is the slowest moving graha.
And one pada in a day, how long does it last? Nakshatrathila one pada, how long does it last?
How long does it last? So see, if I am telling specifically you, so you will understand. If a time taken by the by a nakshatra, if a time how to say, if the prevalence of a nakshatra is for time t minutes, t divided by 4 will be 1 pada. So T1 plus T2 plus T1 will be first pada, T2 plus it will be second pada, T3 will be third pada, T4 will be fourth pada, wherein T1 is equal to T2 is equal to T3 is equal to T4. I'm sorry for being so mathematical, but if I am giving like an equation, so you can fit in anything.
Okay, understood. Thank you, Swami.
If you understand, if you don't understanding, then you can ask anything. If none of them have any question, then I will. Please do tell that as well. Ichapuram, please. Ichapuram. Yes, who's speaking?
Tangamani Prabhatesh.
Yes, Maharaj.
Swami, exact meaning enna Swami Lagnaku?
Meaning லக்னம்னா இப்போ நான் ஒரு ஆர்சனிக் தெரியுமா? ஒரு எலிமெண்ட் ஆர்சனிக்னு ஒரு எலிமெண்ட் இல்ல மெக்னீசியம்னு ஒரு எலிமெண்ட் படிச்சிருக்கியா? மெக்னீசியம் கால்சியம் படிச்சிருக்கல எலிமெண்ட். கால்சியம்க்கு மீனிங் என்னன்னு கேக்குற மாதிரி இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி மீனிங்கா நீ எடுத்து புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். கால்சியம்னா என்ன, லக்னானா என்ன? லக்னானா ஒரு ஓகே, இந்த ராசி மண்டலத்துல ஃபுல்லா வந்து அதுதான் காலச்சக்கரம்னு பார்த்தோம்ல. அதுல எல்லாமே 12 ராசி இருக்குன்ட்டு. காலம் 24 ஹவர்ஸ்னு பார்த்தோமா, 24 ஹோரன்னு. ஓகே, சூரியன் வந்து சன்செட்ல இருந்து சன்செட், சன்ரைஸ்ல இருந்து சன்ரைஸ் வரைக்கும் எத்தனை நேரம் எடுக்கிறது?
24 hours.
24 மணி நேரம் எடுக்குது. சோ சூரியன் வந்து ஒரு ராசியில இருந்தாலும், ஒரு ராசியில ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா ஒரு மாசம் பொசிஷன்டா இருக்கும். நம்ம என்ன பார்த்தோம், சூரியன் வந்து ஒரு ராசியில ஒரு மாசம் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம். ஒரு ராசியில என்னென்ன கிரகம் எத்தனை நாள் இருக்குங்கிறத பார்த்தோம். ஒரு ராசியில ஒரு மாசம் இருக்கும், அதுல சந்தேகம் கிடையாது, அதை விட்டுரு. இப்போ ஆனாலும் நீ டெய்லி பார்க்கும்போது சூரியன் மூவ் ஆயிட்டு தானே இருக்கு. சூரியன் ஒரு ராசியில இருக்கு, கரெக்ட் தான். ஆனா கண்ணுக்கு ஏத்தாப்புல வானத்துல பார்த்தா என்னப்பா சூரியன் ஒரு ராசியில தான் இருக்குன்னு சொல்றீங்க, ஆனா சூரியன் வந்து வானத்துல மூவ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கே காலையில இருந்தது, ஒரு க்ஷணம் கூட ஒரு இடத்துல ஸ்டேஷனரியா இல்ல, மூவ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கேன்னு நம்ம கேள்வி வரும்ல. சோ சூரியன் வந்து சூரியனுடைய நம்ம அப்பேரண்டா என்ன சொல்லுவோம், நம்ம பாக்குறதுக்கு அப்படி தெரியறது இல்ல. நம்முடைய பார்வைக்கு சூரியனுடைய மூவ்மெண்ட் மூவ் ஆகுற மாதிரி இருக்கு. அப்போ அந்த சூரியனுடைய மூவ்மெண்ட் அதுவும் ஒரு மூவ்மெண்ட் தானே. அப்ப அந்த மூவ்மெண்ட் என்ன சொல்லுவோம், அந்த மூவ்மெண்ட் தான் சூரியன் உதிக்கிற நேரம். சூரியன் எந்த ராசியில இருக்காரோ, ரெண்டு விஷயம் இருக்கு. சூரியன் ஒரு ராசியில இருக்கிறது ஒண்ணு, ரெண்டு விஷயம் புரிஞ்சுக்கோ. சூரியன் ஒரு ராசியில இருக்கார். இன்னொன்னு, சூரியன் ஒரு ராசிலேயே உட்காந்து இருந்தாலும் தினமும் உதிச்சு சூரியன் உதிக்கிறது, சூரியன் அஸ்தமிக்கிறது, சூரியன் மூவ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கு. சூரியன் ஒரு ராசியில எந்த ராசியில உட்கார்ந்து இருக்காரோ அந்த ராசி அன்னைக்கு எந்த ராசியில உட்கார்ந்து இருக்காரோ அந்த ராசியோடைய டைம் பீரியட்ல தான் அன்னைக்கு சூரியன் உதிப்பார். ஓகே, இப்போ மேஷ மாசத்துல சூரியன் உதிக்கிறாருன்னா, மேஷ மாசம் முழுக்க சூரியன் வந்து உதிக்கிற நேரம் சூரியன் மேஷ ராசியுடைய டைம் பீரியட்ல தான் உதிப்பார். அந்த உதிக்கிற டைம் பீரியடு, அந்த டைம் லக்னம்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஓகே, அப்போ சூரியன் மூவ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்காருன்னு சொல்றோம்ல. சூரியன் அப்ப அடுத்தது மேஷத்துக்கு அடுத்தது என்னது, ரிஷபம். அப்ப ரிஷபத்துக்கு அடுத்தாப்புல நம்ம கண்ணுக்கு தெரியறப்ப மீன்ஸ் அப்பேரண்ட்லி ஃபார் அவர் ஐஸ், நம்ம பாக்குற பட்சத்துல இருந்து மனுஷனா நம்ம பூமியில வாழும்போது நம்ம பார்க்கும்போது சூரியன் மூவ் ஆகுறது, டெய்லி கண்டினியூஸா மூவ் ஆகுது. அப்ப மூவ் ஆகும் பொழுது அடுத்தது எங்கப்பா மூவ் ஆகுதுன்னா, மேஷத்துல இருந்திருந்தையா சூரியன் உதிக்கும் பொழுது இப்போ ரிஷபத்துக்கு மூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. அப்ப ராசி மூவ் ஆயிருக்கு, ஆனா ராசியில மூவ் ஆகல, அவருடைய பிரசன்ஸ். லக்னம்னா சம்ஸ்கிருதத்துல, அதாவது டெக்னிக்கல் வேர்ட் ஆஃப் லக்னம். லக்னம்ங்கிற சொல்லினுடைய பொருள் என்னன்னா, எந்த ஒரு இடத்துல மனம் வந்து, இப்போ மனசு வந்து லயிச்சிருக்குன்னு சொல்றோம்ல. இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து நான் நினைக்கிறேன், எனக்கு வந்து நான் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர்கிட்ட என் மனசு லயிச்சிருக்கு, சுவாமிஜிட்ட என் மனசு லயிச்சிருக்குன்னு சொல்றேன். அந்த அர்த்தம் புரியுதா? அந்த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் அர்த்தம் புரியுதா உனக்கு? இப்போ இந்த லயிச்சிருக்குங்கிறத சொல்றதுதான் லக்னம்னு சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தை சொல்லுவோம். என் மனம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரர் இடத்துல லக்னமாய் இருக்குன்னு சொல்றேன். பொசிஷன்டா இருக்கு. பொசிஷன்டா இருக்கிறது ஸ்டேஷன்டா இருக்கிறதும் டிஃபரெண்ட். ஒரு மாசம் ஒரு ராசியில ஸ்டேஷன்டா இருந்தாலும் அவருடைய பொசிஷன் ஒரு ராசியை சார்ந்து மூவ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும். சூரியனுடைய சார்ந்து. சூரியன் வந்து மேஷங்கிற அந்த ராசியினுடைய டைம் பீரியட், மேஷங்கிற ராசியின் டைம் பீரியட் ஏன் சொல்றேன், ஒரு ராசிங்கிறது 30 டிகிரிஸ்ன்னு சொல்லியிருக்கோமா. இது எல்லாமே ஒரு புள்ளி வச்ச கோலம் மாதிரி தான். இது எல்லாத்தையும் ஜாயின் பண்ணாதான் உனக்கு புரியும். இந்த ஆகாயம், இந்த ஸ்கை வந்து 360 டிகிரி சொன்னோம்ல, சுத்தி பாக்குற இடம். அந்த 360 டிகிரியை தான் நம்ம 12 வகுத்திருக்கோம், டிவைட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். அந்த 12 வகுத்ததை தான் நம்ம வந்து ஒரு ஒரு பாகம் அந்த 12 பார்ட்ல ஒரு பார்ட் வந்து எத்தனை டிகிரி இருக்கும்? 30 டிகிரி இருக்கும்.
30 degree.
ஒரு டிகிரியை தான் நம்ம வந்து ஒரு ராசின்னு சொல்றோம். ஓகே, அதுக்கு ஒரு பேர் வச்சிருக்கோம். இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் 1 2 3 4 சொல்றதுக்கு பதிலா மேஷ ரிஷப மிதுன கடகம்னு சொல்லி பேர் வச்சிருக்கோம். இப்போ சூரியன் வந்து இன்னைக்கு மார்னிங் வந்து ஈஸ்ட்ல உதிக்கிறாருன்னா, நாளைக்கு மார்னிங் ஈஸ்ட்ல உதிக்கிறாருன்னா எவ்வளவு ரொட்டேஷன் இந்தியா சாரி எர்த்த சுத்தி போயிருக்கும்? 360 டிகிரி போயிருக்கும். அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 30 டிகிரிஸ் சூரியனுடைய ஆங்கிள் மூவ் ஆகும் பொழுது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லக்னம்னு பேரு. இது எப்படி இது வந்து நான் சொல்றது டெக்னிக்காலிட்டிஸ். இது வந்து புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா பேசிக்கா பஞ்சாங்கத்துல பார்த்தா உங்களுக்கு இந்த இந்த இத்தனை மணிக்கு இந்த லக்னம்னு போட்டிருப்பான். ஒரு ஜாதக கட்டத்துல பார்த்தா லான்னு எழுதி இருக்கும், இல்ல ஒரு கிராஸ் ஸ்லாஷ் ஃபார்வர்ட் ஸ்லாஷ் போட்டிருக்கும், இல்ல ரெண்டுமே கூட போட்டிருக்கலாம். ஃபார்வர்ட் ஸ்லாஷ் போட்டு லான்னு எழுதியிருக்கும். இது எழுதியிருந்தா லானோ லக்னோனோ எழுதியிருக்கும். இது எழுதியிருந்தா அந்த இடத்துல அந்த சமயம் லக்னோன்னு புரிஞ்சுட்டா போதும். இவ்வளவுதான். இப்ப நான் சொல்ற டெக்னிக்காலிட்டிஸ் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா இந்த அளவுக்கு புரிஞ்சினாலே போதும் இப்போதைக்கு. வேற ஏதாவது? Anybody else?
Yeah, Namamba Swami.
Yes, who's this?
Mahadev Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj.
Swami, you are telling that Rahu and Ketu are shadows of the earth, right? So how are they going during the solar eclipse and covering the sun if they are itself shadows of earth? Is it?
Okay. இப்போ ஷேடோன்னு நான் சொல்றேன்னா நான் டெக்னிக்கலான ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் சொல்லிடுறேன். எவ்ரிபடி இஸ் லிசனிங் ஆர் வாட்? Just because this one thing I am not telling, you tell something extra which I have not told till now. So everyone listening? So Rahu is the ascendant or the northern node along the lunar path. Ketu is the southern or the descendant node of in the lunar path. இது எப்படி புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா, எர்த் இருக்கு. இப்போ நம்ம வந்து சோலார் சிஸ்டம் சயின்ஸ்ல படிக்கும் போது எப்படி படிக்கிறோம்? சன்னை ஸ்டேஷனரியா வச்சு சன்னை சுத்தி இப்ப கிரகங்கள் மூவ் ஆகுறது, பிளானட்ஸ் மூவ் ஆகுறத நம்ம படிக்கிறோம், ரைட்? இப்போ சாரி, ஐ எம் டாக்கிங் இன் இங்கிலீஷ் தமிழ். So if you are studying in modern science, we study sun, keeping the sun in the center, and then all the planets are revolving around it. Now for us, but with respect to us, we are all living on the planet Earth. Apparently for us all the grahas are moving around us, right? Na, you don't feel that you are you experiencing that you are revolving around the sun? No. According to you, only sun is revolving around you. Only the moon is revolving around you, right? Because that is how you experience, you see with your naked eyes. This much is understood, Maharaj?
Yes, Swami.
So, when you see, there are two pathways. One, the pathway of the sun, the path of travel of sun around the earth, that is called orbit. The path of travel is called orbit, right? So the orbit of sun around the earth, when you are, for your naked eyes, if you are standing in an open space and seeing and observing and marking, so there is a pathway for the sun's travel. So you draw a line along with that. You mark the orbit of the sun around the planet, around the earth. Next, same way moon also travels around the earth. Now there is an orbit of moon around the earth. However, anyhow, moon only revolves around the earth, so hence it has an orbit. But with respect to the if you keep the sun as stationary, sorry, earth as stationary, apparently there is an orbit of the sun as well. Now sun is there and earth is there. Sun is a source of light. Earth is an opaque object. So the sun's rays, when it hits the one side of the sphere of earth, the other side will be dark because the light does not pass through. If the light does not pass through, then there will be a shadow continuously behind one side or the other side of the earth. This much is understood?
Yes, Swami.
Okay. So the shadow will fall on the imaginary orbit of sun around the earth. Right? The shadow.
Yeah.
If there is an object, if moon comes inside in that within that shadow, then we call that eclipse.
Mm.
If moon does not come, then it is you experience a normal full moon day.
Oh.
Now, if there had been an object, a solid opaque object or some object on the pathway of the sun's orbit, which is intersecting with the shadow of earth, caused by shadow of earth, இது வெச்சுக்கோ ஓகேவா இது ஒரு நிழல் ஏற்படுறது மீன்ஸ் shadow, you get a shadow, right?
Yes.
Now this and opposite, there is a reciprocal, means a mirror reflection. Now this is a pathway. Now these two there are two orbits. Keep that first a shadow falling in as a one statement separately. Now keep take another statement. Sun's orbit is there and the moon's orbit is there. When you draw both of them from the angle of for a observer's eye, for the eye of an observer on the planet, standing on the planet Earth and viewing, these two orbits will intersect at one point. These two orbits will intersect apparently for the observer's eye. These two orbits will never intersect because sun is farther and moon is nearer. However, when you draw two lines, these two pathways will intersect because both of them are ellipse. Ellipse means oval shape. Both are in the form of elliptical orbit. So both of them are in a elliptical plane. If those two elliptical planes intersect, the intersecting point, so there will be two intersecting points. The intersecting point to the northern side of the planet Earth is the position of Rahu. The intersecting point towards the southern side of the planet Earth is the Ketu, which is the southern node or the descendant node. Rahu will be the northern node or the ascendant node.
Okay,
So this is a astronomical, little bit of astronomical as well as astrological. So if you have any questions, please do ask. If you do not have any questions also, please do tell that the questions are over. If Anand Sabha has any more questions, please do tell or say no. Ichapuram say yes, no. Same way Gangadhara Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj.
For example, now each masa starts a different Rasi, right? So for example, first masa, each masa, like Kanya masa, Kataka masa, right?
Yes, Maharaj.
So now for one masa is Kanya masa, means that day morning the Lagna start in Kanya masa.
Kanya Lagna, yes, Kanya Rashi. Yeah, the Lagna will be in Kanya Rashi and hence the day will begin with Kanya Lagna.
Okay, sir.
Anand Sabha has any question or no?
Ask her. Can you explain what is Rasi?
Amma Swami.
Yes, who is this?
Pranav.
Yes, Maharaj.
Can you explain what is Rasi?
Okay. So for you, Rashi means Did you understand nakshatra and 9 padas of nakshatra? Sorry, 4 padas of nakshatra.
Zero.
Okay, so I'll tell you now. So for everyone, I'll address this question now, Maharaj. You can go and sit. I'll address this question. I'll specifically name you and tell the answer as well. Any other question? Yes, Maharaj. Yes, who's this? Hello.
Ambasami.
Yes,
Ambasami.
who's?
Shivanta
Maharaj.
Maharaj.
Cholung Maharaj.
Now suppose each nakshatra has 19. Like for Meena Rasi, there are 9 nakshatras. Where
9 padas. No, 9, not 9 nakshatras. Only 4, 9 padas.
okay. Now how we'll calculate that we are in Mesha Rasi or Rishva Rasi, because Kritika nakshatra comes in both, even Mesha Rasi and Kanya and Rishva Rasi. How we know?
So, if somebody is born, if the not somebody is born, if the time is, if it is Kritika nakshatra first pada, then it is Mesha Rashi. If it is Kritika nakshatra second pada, that will be Rishabha Rashi. That's all. So you need to know the pada as well. So need to know which Rashi it belongs to.
Hello. Hello, Swami.
Yes, who's this?
Swami, Pranesa பேசுறேன்.
Yes, Maharaj.
சாமி இப்ப வந்து 28 நட்சத்திரம் இருக்குது.
27 வச்சுக்கோ. நம்ம 28 விட்டுறோம். 27 தான் கணக்கு பண்ணிக்கிறோம். சொல்லு.
அப்ப அந்த 28வது நட்சத்திரம் எங்க இருக்குது?
28வது நட்சத்திரத்தோட பேர் அபிஜித்னு பேரு.
அபிஜித்.
இது மட்டும் புரிஞ்சினா போதும். And 28 is the 28th நட்சத்திரம் அபிஜித். இது மட்டும் புரிஞ்சினா போதும். அது எங்க இருக்கு? அதோட இப்ப டீடைல்ஸ் போகல வேண்டாம். 27 மட்டும் தான் நம்ம இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் ராசிக்குள்ள வருதுங்கிறத பாக்குறோம். மீன்ஸ் அது காரணம் என்ன? 27 மட்டும் தான் டெய்லி அது தன்னைத்தானே ரிப்பீட் பண்ணிக்குது, அஸ்வினில இருந்து ரேவதி வரைக்கும். ஸோ அதனால இது மட்டும் புரிஞ்சுனா போதும். வேற யாருக்காவது கொஸ்டின் இருக்கா? வேற யாருக்காவது ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின்? anybody?
Ambasami.
Yes, Maharaj. Who's this?
Kamlakar Maharaj.
Who?
Kamlakar Maharaj.
Speak louder.
Yes, Maharaj.
Speak louder.
Maharaj, can Swami can explain the Payangas of Panchanga?
Can I explain the what of Panchangam?
Panchanga again, please. That Payangas.
Okay. Panchanga contains, Panchanga means the word Panchanga can be split into two. Has two parts, Pancha and Anga. Pancha means 5, Anga means parts. The 5 parts of Panchanga are Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana. Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana. These 5 put together are called Panchangam. You have any still questions in this, or only this much you want, Maharaj?
What is Iti mean?
Okay, Tithi means the number of the phase of the PHAC phase of moon, starting from the Prathama, that is the day after the Amavasya or Purnima. From then, how many days have been passed, and what is the date? That day, 8th day, 5th day. 5th day means Panchami, 8th day means Ashtami, 10th day means Dashami. So this makes Tithi. Vara means day, like how you say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Same way, Bhanuvasara, Somavasara, Mangalavasara, etc. So this is Vasara, Vara or Vasara. Tithi, Vara. Nakshatra we learned Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, etc. So these are the nakshatras. Yogas we have 27 yogas. Like how 27 nakshatras are there, We have 27 yogas. So whatever the yoga is, they will all repeat one after the other, starting from Vishkambha Yoga. So whatever the yoga that is mentioned in the Panchanga, if you understand, that much is enough. Same way, Karana. Karana will also be one factor that will be mentioned in the Panchanga. Only one thing is that we can understand is one yoga will have two Karanas. Within when if at all Vishkambha Yoga is for 24 hours, two Karanas will be there for 12 hours and 12 hours. That much if you understand. This is the basic understanding that somebody has to have. Is this understand? Are you understanding this much, Maharaj?
Yes, Swami.
Okay, any other question?
Thanks, Swami.
Amma Swami,
Yes, who's this?
Achalame Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj.
What is the meaning of Nadika? Exact meaning.
One Nadika is equal to 24. One Nadika is a unit of time. One Nadika is equal to 24 minutes.
Ambasami,
Yes, Maharaj. Who's this?
Darpaha.
Yes, Maharaj.
Ambasami, how many months Buddha and Shukra takes to cross one Rasi?
Buddha and
Shukra.
111.
they take 1-1. You didn't note, huh?
No, I forgot.
They take all these are, you should understand them to be when you say 1 month, it is approximately Buddhan 1 month and Shukra also 1 month.
And Rahu
So
and Kedu 1.5 years, right?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay.
Any question?
Yes, Swami.
Anybody?
Yes, Swami.
Please tell your name.
Tatasthananda.
Solungo.
Karna also repeats in order, is it?
Karna also?
Does Karna also repeat in order?
Half of the Karana will repeat and the rest of the Karana will not repeat in the sequential order.
First 7 will repeat, is it?
First 7 will repeat and then the rest will be fitting, and it also starts with the Karanas will happen based on the Tithi.
Oh.
Which Tithi irukku, ipo enna Tithi irukku, whichever Tithi is happening, based on that it will happen.
Okay, thank you, Swami. One more thing. Yoga also repeats in order, is it?
Yoga is cyclic. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Swami.
Any other question?
Swami?
Yes, who's this?
Vijay.
Vijaya.
Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj.
Swami, you telling that Kala, but Kala again repeat.
Pardon?
Kala, the Kala Chakra and
If you are comfortable in Hindi, you can ask me in Hindi. But because exact question, what is it, Maharaj?
आप बोले थे ना भाई वो काला चक्रा के बारे में काल चक्रा
Kala Chakra. Kala Chakra means see, time repeats itself. When we say Kala, why we say Kala is not linear, it's not like a line, it is like a circle. Because after the morning, night comes, and after the night, morning comes. Again and again, the same phenomenon repeats again and again. So that is why we call it as Chakra. And hence, also, the Kala is 24 hours. Because it goes from 6, for example, 6 a.m. to say 5:59 a.m. next day, it is 24 hours. It's like a chakra. It is going again. When you say chakra, it is like a wheel. It keeps happening again and again. It repeats itself cyclically, in a cyclic manner. That is why you call it as a chakra. Within this Kala Chakra, you have the whole of the Kala Chakra is a circle. Circle has 360 degree. Okay, the circle is of 360 degree, and hence we want to dissect. We want to dissect the circle and study about the Kala Chakra. We already saw Hora Shastra is the study of time, systematic study of time. So if I want to cut it, dissect, but how do I dissect? So the Shastras say dissect it into 12 equal parts. When you dissect the Kala Chakra, the circle, into 12 equal parts, it will have 12 into 30 degrees. Each part will be 30 degrees. So how do I name each part? Should I name it 1, 2, 3, or how do you call it? Should I call it a part or bhaga, or what should I call? Or pi segment? How do you call? So Shastra say call it Rashi. So each 30 degree is called a Rashi. So how do I name the Rashi? Should I name the Rashis Rashi 1, Rashi 2, Rashi 3? Shastra say name it starting from Mesha, Rishabha, Mithuna, Kataka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishika, Dhanus, Makara, Kumbha, Meena, all like this with the name 12 names. So the Kala Chakra, within the Kala Chakra, we have 12 parts or 12 Rashis, which are Mesha to Meena. If you have doubt in it, ask. If you are not understanding, still ask.
Yes, Swami, I understand.
Any other question?
Swami.
Who is this?
Parthi Ganesh Maharaj.
Yaar?
Parthi Ganesh Maharaj.
I don't get it. Okay, you ask. I'm not getting your name. Okay, please ask your question.
Swami, what is the Lagna?
Okay, as I'm talking here, why is Anand Sabha everybody talking to amongst themselves? Why is whole of Anand Sabha talking amongst themselves? Because why am they? If now the question was asked by which place, Maharaj? Anand Sabha, Ichapuram?
Anand Sabha.
Okay, just now I explained Lagna to one boy, one Balasan. So I don't have a problem in repeating, but if you have listened, but if you're not understanding, then I can repeat. If there is no listening, then how will understanding happen?
Swami, just now went to do Naivedyam.
Okay, okay, but still now, but again now I am talking, but the other people are talking. Okay. What is the question you asked? Lagna. Lagna is the overlapping of which. How old are you, Maharaj?
16 years.
Okay. So then I'll explain this way. Lagna is the overlapping of the sun's path, everyday path around this earth, over intersecting with the Rashis. The intersecting point, if the sun's path, sun's movement intersects with the specific Rashi around the Kala Chakra at any given point of time, when the sun is moving every day for us, like sunrise and sunset, during that time, when the sun intersects with the sun's movement coincides with the degree or the position of a specific Rashi, we call that Rashi to be having that the Lagna to be in that Rashi. For example, sun, when it is traveling, Surya, when it is traveling around Earth, apparently around Earth, when we look at from our perspective, a person living on the planet Earth, from his perspective, you see sun moving every day. So when the sun, from the east horizon to the west horizon, you have 180 degrees. Same way, from the west horizon to the east horizon, below the earth. When I say below the earth, there is another semicircle. So the only one semicircle we are seeing. So in the first semicircle, we have 180 degrees. In the 180 degrees, we have 6 Rashis, or 6 into 30 degrees. So each 30 degree is one Rashi. When the sun's movement coincides with any one specific 30 degree, that is Rashi, you call that to be the Lagna. For example, sun is passing through the degree called the Rashi called Mithuna, so you call that Mithuna Lagna. I'm putting in a different way according to that. Or for a general understanding, if you see the Panchanga, you will find what is the time, according to the time, what Rashi, what Lagna it is, it will be mentioned. These are all the things we need not calculate it, or usually it will be pre-calculated things which will be presented for us in a Panchangam. All we need to do know is how to use that. Since we are not going to learn, we are not learning to publish a Panchanga or create a Panchanga. So that much understanding is enough. In the chart, you will see there will be a forward slash in any Rashi, or you will see one letter called La or Lagna mentioned. That you can understand means that whichever Rashi, in whichever Rashi that forward slash or Lagna is mentioned, that is to be understood as that Rashi or that Lagna. If Mithuna, within the Mithuna Rashi's box, you have a forward slash, then you understand that to be Mithuna Lagna. Any other question? First year, we need to conclude this class now.
Mahami,
That's all. Yes, Maharaj.
Mahami, you
Who's
said
this?
Mahasha Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj.
You said yoga means union or joining, and this Jyotisham, the different joining of planets is called yoga, you said.
I said two things, Maharaj. I was just giving what are all the possible meanings for yogas. Within the Jyotish Shastra, there are two meanings. One is the combination of various grahas are called yoga, and also the Vishkambhadi yoga. Vishkambha, the 27 yogas are also called yogas. So you need not bother about as of now the various combinations of planet grahas. Please don't confuse with that. Okay. A quick summary within a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, I will summarize. If you understand this much, I request everyone's listening now, because I am putting the basic understandings. If you are understanding, I am not going to basic, the math calculations or the mathematics. There is everything happens, the technicality of things. I'm just going to put down what are all the things. If you know, that is enough for you. All you need to know is there are. All you need to know is there are 27 nakshatras. Each nakshatra happens. If you see the Panchanga, you will see that there will be mentioned about at what time what nakshatra is happening. If you know this much is enough with respect to nakshatra. Based on that nakshatra, the nakshatra and Rashi chart that we drew in the board, if you need to learn it. So if you need to know, there are 12 Rashis starting from Mesha to Meena, and what nakshatra and which pada of which nakshatra will fit into which Rashi. It is a sequential. If you forget, then you can draw once again and learn, get to know sequentially. This much is enough with respect to Rashi. Third, grahas. There are totally 9 grahas starting from Surya to Ketu. Next, you have something called the Panchanga, which has the mention of 5 parameters or 5 factors. They are Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karana. These are the 5 values or 5 names which will be mentioned in the Panchanga. Then, same way, what is Lagna? If you refer to the Panchangam, at any given point of time, you can find there will be a mention about what Lagna, which Lagna it is happening at any given point of time. If you learn to at least see these things, that Lagna means, if you refer to the Panchangam, there will be something mentioned as Lagna. If you refer to the Panchangam, if something is mentioned as Nakshatra, that is Nakshatra. If some Tithi is mentioned, that is Tithi. If you understand this much, that is good and great. Any other thing that each graha is keeping on moving, and hence each graha takes its own time, specific time, to go around to move from one Rashi to the other Rashi. Means within one Rashi, each graha stays for a specific period of time. Surya stays for 1 month, for like that. For Raki, until Ketu stays for 1.5 years. If you understand this much, that will be enough. And Lagna will be mentioned or marked by the word, marked by the representation per forward slash or the word Lagna or La. That much is enough if you understand any of these things. If everyone understands this much, then that is good and great. If you do not understand even this, then you need to ask somebody else to and refer to your notebooks, class notes for you to understand. If you understand only this much and you did not understand any of the technicalities, even then good and great, no problem. So can we conclude this more than 1 hour? Can we conclude this session with the Asya Nirakarana mantra and the Purna mantra? Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you.
Thank you, Swami.